Now, the Atuabo gas processing plant in the western region could be under threat and risks a shutdown. That's if the LPG marketers continue with boycott of two distributors, Blue Ocean and Sage Petroleum. That's one from the NPA. The LPG marketers get their supplies through bulk distributors who draw from the plant. Not turning to them for supplies in the coming weeks will affect the operations of Atuabo, it says. Robert Boache is head of gas regulation at the National Petroleum Authority.
Of course, you cannot go and block a service provider's infrastructure, not to permit other people to go there and then gain products. You cannot do that. With regards to the facility at Atuabo, for instance, it is a strategic facility that allows us to evacuate LPG so that the gas processing plant can be run. Once you stop evacuation of LPG over there, you create a national security issue. And so that will have to be looked at also. And so these are actions that we will look at holistically, and we will issue statements and then we will take necessary actions where we need to.
All right, joining us on Zoom is Gabriel Kumi, who is Vice Chairman of the LPG Marketers Association. Good afternoon to you. What's your reaction to the concern raised by the NPA that the boycott of Sage Petroleum and Blue Ocean puts Atuabo gas processing plant at risk?
Tell my brother Obed to calm down. His ranting is so unnecessary and uncalled for. We specifically, if you look at the letter we wrote, we specifically stated that we are not lifting from these two companies in their Tema depots. Nowhere in our letter did we mention Atuabo. So we are surprised that he's trying to press the panic button by suggesting that we have decided not to go to Atuabo. In any case, you NPA wrote to us that Atuabo is undergoing some maintenance, and that we should revert back to Atuabo, and that currently we are loading from Tema. We should go back to Atuabo on the 26th of this month. Today is 21st, I think. You have not written back to us to tell us that Atuabo is ready, so we should move there. So we are sticking to the 26th of this month's deadline to return to Atuabo. So what is this ranting for? Well, we haven't said anywhere that we are very much aware of the national security implication of not lifting the LPG from Atuabo. And we are very, very, very responsible association. And we don't want to put this nation under any national security threat. So you should stop this propaganda and concentrate on doing proper regulatory works.
Well, you can correct me if I'm wrong. The indication is that these two companies that you boycotted draw their supplies from the Atuabo gas processing plants, and then you guys get to load from them. Is that correct? You can correct me if I'm wrong.
It's only Sage Petroleum that draws from Atuabo. Sage is a monopoly in Atuabo. I think it's about time we even look at the monopoly being enjoyed by Sage Petroleum at Atuabo. Ghana Gas has built their own loading gantry, but Sage Petroleum has monopolized Atuabo gas, LPG, for the past 10 years. And there's the time as a nation we take a second look at it. Blue Ocean have no facility at Atuabo. We don't load from Blue Ocean at Atuabo. We load from only Sage Petroleum. And these two companies have depots at Tema. And these are the depots that we have decided that their activities are inimical to our survival, and that we are not going to do business with these two depots at Tema. There's nowhere we have mentioned Atuabo. So we are surprised, we were shocked when he kept on ranting and trying to press the panic button, trying to call on national security. National security is a very noble institution. They call us all the time, we explain our issues to them, and they understand.
But don't they have concerns? Don't they have genuine concerns about what becomes of Atuabo gas processing plant if, again, Sage Petroleum is not able to supply through LPG marketers?
Again, we have never said anywhere that we are not lifting gas from Sage Petroleum at Atuabo. Our letter was specific to Tema depots. We didn't mention Atuabo. And the time for us to even go back to Atuabo is 26. Which is not right yet. So why is he jumping the gun? This propaganda of a regulator must stop. I mean, you should be more serious than this. We haven't mentioned Atuabo, and we are, like I said, we are very much aware of the implications of not lifting gas from Atuabo. We don't want to go through any doomsday. I'm sure when there is doomsday, the effect on us as players of the industry is even more than the effect on my brother Obed. So you should relax. You should relax. You should calm down. We know what we are doing, and we are not ready to throw this country into any darkness.
Right.
So you should just.
And like
And
you
I
point,
want to nation that we are not going to do anything. This is the regulators' attempt to pitch us against the nation, and that which is not jiving, which is not washing. We are not going to do anything to jeopardize the security of our nation.
yeah.
Everybody must be.
You pointed out, I mean, Atuabo has not been operating for a couple of weeks because of the maintenance works, and so you're supposed to return to them on the 26th of August. Could this be a sort of pressure to get you to rescind your decision to not load from these two firms that you've boycotted?
Yeah, that will not work. That will not work. For Atuabo, like I said, we haven't even mentioned Atuabo. What that simply means is that we don't have anything against we lifting LPG from Atuabo. But those ones at Tema that we specify, we are not going to do business with them. And nothing will change that standard of ours. There are a lot of about 6 or 7 BDCs that are selling LPG. And since we boycotted them on the 12th, there's still a lot of LPG in the system for all of us to load. There is no shortage of LPG in town. So those two companies, nobody should deceive you that boycotting those 2 depots at Tema will create any shortage in the nation. No, that will never happen. Fortunately, Central Refinery has just started producing, and they are also going to churn out a lot of LPG. So Ghanaians should be rest assured. We have invested hugely in this industry, and we are not going to do anything to jeopardize our
yeah, because I was going to ask you how effective the action of boycotting these 2 firms have been in the last couple of weeks, if it's been effective in addressing your concerns.
To us, it's been extremely effective. It's extremely effective. I'm sure if you go to them, they will let you know how this decision of IOS is really biting them. And we are doing this to protect the indigenous Ghanaian businesses, to protect about almost 500 million investment that indigenous of Ghana has invested in the LPG downstream.
For the benefit of our audience who don't understand what is going on, why are you boycotting the operations of Blue Ocean and Sage Petroleum? What's at stake?
Let me summarize this. Sage Petroleum and Blue Ocean has opposed we, the LPG marketing companies, attempt to be part of cylinder recirculation. They have opposed we using our existing infrastructure to distribute CRM cylinders. They did that. We had a meeting at NPA last 2 years, and we surrendered our 800 LPG outlets to government that, look, let's use this to implement cylinder recirculation. Sage Petroleum and Blue Ocean came out very, very, very strongly to oppose that. Subsequently, what we saw was that they have gone for LPG distribution license, and they are now competing with us at the retail end. They are setting up cages and containers in front of and beside LPG stations. So we just said that, look, you can't use your one hand to do business with us and then use the other hand to take that same business with us, from us. So we have said that, look, let's allow them to put all their LPG into bottles and then come and compete with us. We are ready for that kind of competition. But we are not going to support their business in Tema to end up using whatever proceeds they get out of this business to come and take the distribution and retail sector as well. So they want to monopolize. Sage Petroleum have half of Ghana. It supplies to half of Ghana. He has moved to Tema to put up a depot and is competing with 7 or 8 others in Tema Enclave. And now he has turned his guns at the hands that fed it. He has turned his guns at the retail end and want to also take that market. And it's very, very, very dangerous to allow one company to monopolize the whole LPG industry in Ghana. And that is what we are fighting against.
What's the way around this standoff between you and the NPA, if you want to describe it as such? I mean, it's been 2 to 3 weeks, right, since the boycott. Are you engaging? What's the way forward? For how long is this going to continue?
Well, for some time now, NPA has stopped engaging us. They have said that they are going to do what they are doing, whether we like it or not. So we are also doing the little we can to also protect the investment of indigenous Ghanaians, over almost $500 million investment that indigenes have done over the past 25 to 30 years. We think that needs some protection. We offer employment to over 10,000 Ghanaians, and I think this employment also needs to be protected. Indigenous Ghanaian businesses must be protected at this stage.
No room for talks, no room for engagements?
We are open to talk anytime, any day. Anytime, if NPA calls us now that we should come and sit down and talk, we will run to them. They know we have never refused talking to them. We are always open. They call us, and even otherwise we rush to them to sit down with them and talk. So we haven't closed any door. They have decided to ignore us and go ahead and implement the policy the way they are doing it. And we believe the way they are going about it is wrong. We have no opposition to government policy, but if the thing is being done in a way that is going to throw over $400 million investment out, then we have every right as Ghanaians, as indigenous Ghanaians, to stand up. And that is exactly what we are doing. So this is no opposition to government policy. We have never put any impediment in the way of NPA in their attempt. In fact, we have cooperated with them. We surrendered our stations to NPA to do a pilot. They did a pilot, and we cooperated with them fully. Now, when we have supported you to prepare the food, now they said they are giving it to some people to do a parallel distribution network. But we said that is fine, so long as they are not closing us down and they are establishing a parallel distribution network for all of us to compete in the market. We are good with that. But we call on NPA to be fair. We call for fair regulation.
Okay.
That is all that we call for. And then they can go ahead and license as many people as they want to also come into the space.
We'll keep following this, see how it unfolds. Thank you so much, Gabriel Kumi, Vice Chairman, LPG Marketers Association.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you so much. So he's obviously downplaying the impact of the boycott of Blue Ocean and Sage Petroleum on the operations of the Atuabo gas processing plant.